And we welcome you inside American Airlines Arena after the Heat's 99-87 Game 3 win over the Indiana Pacers in these Eastern Conference Finals. Barry Jackson along with Joe Goodman. Well, it didn't look good early. Heat down 17-4 early in the game, then down by 15 midway through the second quarter, and then everything changed. Miami at its best in the second half. 33 points in the third quarter, 28 points in the fourth. The Heat forced Indiana turnovers just as they have so often against this Pacers team over the last couple of years. And in full, a pretty convincing win despite the poor start.
Ray Allen, it's good to have him on the Heat's team. 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. He finished with 16 points. 13 of those came in the final period. He really took over. And, you know, the interesting thing about Ray Allen, he comes in before the game, 3 hours before every game, and he works on his transition three-pointers. He'll get over here at half court, and he'll run all the way down, and he'll catch and shoot, and he'll do that for 45 minutes. Well, that transition three-pointer was there tonight in the fourth quarter. He found that rhythm. He found what was familiar for him, you know, and he blew open the game.
And he had a very enviable matchup against Pacers power forward David West. When the Heat goes small, Pacers coach Frank Vogel likes to have West defend Allen. Allen took advantage of that. In fact, Ray said he was salivating at that matchup, having a big guy have to chase him. I talked to West about it after the game. He said the matchup is no problem for him, that he had a breakdown on one of the 4 3-pointers. He said on a couple of the others he needed to get back more quickly in transition, but it's obvious that Miami's going to try to exploit that matchup anytime it happens.
Well, David West had matchup problems the entire game because when Chris Bosh went out with foul trouble, Spoelstra inserted Rashard Lewis into the game, and Lewis really contained David West, I think much to everyone's surprise. Rashard Lewis hadn't played since Game 5 against the Brooklyn Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals. He didn't score any points tonight, but when he was on the court, the Heat outscored the Pacers by 21 points.
21 points in 17 minutes. As you mentioned, no points, no rebounds, no assists for Rashard Lewis tonight, but it was the best no point, no rebound, no assist game you will ever see from a player. He really made a difference tonight. How about Norris Cole again off the bench? He's had a terrific series.
God,
he's been the better of the Heat point guards, clearly.
The reverse layup that he scored during the third quarter just showed his remarkable quickness. You know, and that's a big key in this series because the Pacers guards are just not that good. And when Norris Cole comes in the game, he really changes up that pace. And that allowed the Heat to get a lot of those turnovers.
Roy Hibbert had 10 points in the first quarter. In fact, at one point late in the first quarter, he had as many points as Miami did overall as a team, but he closed with just 16, only got 2 shots up in the fourth quarter. David West's impact was again neutralized somewhat late. So despite Indiana's promising start, they ended up fizzling late. They were bemoaning their turnovers after the game, as they so often do against this team. Paul George just 5 for 13. Lance Stevenson 3 for 9. Stevenson and LeBron, some trash talking during the game. Stevenson downplayed it after the game, said they're just hard competitors.
Who knows what Lance Stevenson says on the court?
You can't make out what he's saying half the time anyway.
I mean, what matters is that LeBron and Dwayne combined to score 22 points in the third quarter, the same number that the Pacers scored in the third quarter.
That's true. Wade's efficiency just has been remarkable through this entire series. Tonight, Dwayne 9 for 16 from the floor.
And he's shooting, over the series, he's shooting 72% in the fourth quarters.
Amazing. Yeah, he's been clutch throughout the series. And Chris Anderson, 7 rebounds. That led the team. He's continued to have a terrific series. Chris Bosh, what can you say about him? Just not a good matchup for him against Indiana tonight. 9 points, 4 for 12 shooting in 23 foul-plagued minutes. Is he ever going to become on track against Indiana? My goodness, he shot 29% against the Pacers in his last 7 playoff games against them.
It doesn't appear so, but it also doesn't appear like it's going to matter.
Right. Because Anderson and Cole are giving him so much, because Wade is at peak efficiency right now, and because LeBron is, well, LeBron. Thoughts moving forward? Do you see Miami winning this in 5 or 6? Do you see Indiana potentially forcing this to 6 or 7?
6 games. 6 games is my feel right now. You know, just because I think, you know, the series is still early. Indiana has a lot of fight left. I think the series is going to get even more physical, and Indiana can win games like that.
I agree, and the Pacers have played very well on the road this postseason, so Monday night obviously is huge. For Joe Goodman, I'm Barry Jackson. Thanks for joining us.